Hello everybody, Mike from the Rewatch Project with Hannah and Mike here, and I'm back with another edition of Front Row, these music reactions, and I'm back in the wonderful world of one Elvis Presley with a studio recording, I believe, from the mid-70s of a song called Pieces of My Life. I have never heard this song before. This has been recommended by a number of people, so I thought I would get to this one. I have absolutely no idea what to expect. I don't know if this is a ballad or a rocker or a gospel tune or a blues tune or something spiritual or something profane. I have absolutely no idea whatsoever. However, I will be, as I always do, pausing the video, talking over it, doing all of that kind of stuff. You know how I react. And if this is the first time watching one of these videos, please do be warned that that is how I do. And also, I would suggest that you do not follow my terrible example, and that if you have never heard Pieces of My Life from the mid-70s by Elvis Presley, that you listen to it in its entirety before you watch this video, because I will be talking all over said video. Quick bit of housekeeping. First of all, thank you so much to all of those people who've been leaving kind comments and suggestions and timelines and histories, both on the comments page here on YouTube and also through email. I read every single one of them, and whilst I have not been able to get back to all of them because work has been insane over the last couple of weeks, please do know that I do carry those with me and that I see you, so I do very much appreciate that. Yeah, quick reminder, Rewatch Project with Hannah and Mike, the podcast that shares this feed, where my wife Hannah and I go back and rewatch some of our favourite film and television franchises, and also the other film, television, music and general pop culture related goodness that also shares this channel. Likes and subscribes, very much appreciated. The more people that subscribe, the higher the profile of the channel, the more people find it, the more people watch, the more people get involved in the conversation. And ultimately, that is what all of this is about, and is a wonderful motivator for doing these music reaction videos with a greater level of regularity. Last but not least, very much do appreciate donations through PayPal, but please only contribute if you can without causing yourself any financial hardship, because we certainly do not want that. Right, Pieces of My Life, mid-70s Elvis. Let's see what this is all about, shall we? Let's go. Turn that up a bit.
Water glass full of whiskey. Women that I never knew too well.
Apologies for the rain, by the way.
The things I've seen and done, most of which I'd be ashamed to tell. I don't know how it started. That's what makes a man, I guess. Now I'm holding on to nothing, trying to forget the rest. I'm looking back on my life.
It's a Goosebumps special, this one.
See if I can find the pieces. I know that some were stolen and some just blew away. Well, I found the bad parts, found all the sad parts, but I guess I threw the best parts away. Lord, away. Playing the bars, playing like a star, anything to get a name.
Going to pause this for a moment. Apologies, by the way. I'm recording this out in my garage. I've got a home cinema screen here, and I'm recording in here today. And it's just absolutely, I'm in Wellington, New Zealand, and it's late summer here, and we get these kind of almost like. It's going to pause this for a moment. Apologies, by the way. I'm recording this out in my garage. I've got a home cinema screen here, and I'm recording in here today. And it's just absolutely, I'm in Wellington, New Zealand, and it's late summer here, and we get these kind of almost like South Pacific storms, and it's just like absolutely lashing it down outside. But it's really adding to the vibe of this song, because this song, it's got that almost Jerry Reed-esque country feel to it. I can imagine a trucker at a truck stop, you know, been driving all night thinking about his lost love. You know, it really does have that kind of you know, that rhinestone cowboy, that kind of highway, the romanticism of the highway. You can hear, the song's not about it, but you can hear the road on this song. It feels like that. Wonderful production, really layered, delicate, ornate, beautiful, high-end production on this. And Elvis's voice sounds incredible. Beautiful melody, beautiful sensitivity. I really like 70s Elvis. I really like this kind of country sound, this sort of romantic cowboy sound that he had. It felt very, contemporaneous. It felt like the type of music that was being made then. And it creates a real sense of place. You can see the environments, you can feel them. And one of the things that I think Elvis was great at through all of his career and through different genres as well was creating a sense of community, a sense of world. It felt like you were stepping into another world sometimes when you were listening to Elvis's music. And this is very much like that as well. They go back a little bit here because I stopped during the verse. It's a really beautiful song. And again, in real great dynamics, that chorus really kicks in.
Lord, away. Playing the bars, playing like a star. Anything to get a name.
It feels autobiographical.
Living on songs my friends wrote for me to sing.
With that piano sound.
I'm looking back on my life. See if I can find the pieces. Know that some were stolen and some just blew away. Well, I found the bad parts, found all the sad parts, but I guess I threw the best parts away. Away. All the pieces of my life, they're everywhere, they're everywhere.
Baritone.
And the one I miss most of all is you, and you know who.
Vibrato.
Looking back on my life long,
Beautiful strings there.
see if I can find the pieces. Looking back on my life today, to see if I can find the pieces. Looking back on my life, God help me find the pieces.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I mean, that's like a really, sonically, it's a very beautiful song. It's a beautiful performance. You've got him doing his baritone, but you've got him doing that wonderful tremulous kind of mid-range that he does so well with such power and control. But this is one of the more purely reflective Elvis songs. I believe it was released in 1975. I think the album that it's off, Elvis Today, is a mid-70s album. I could be wrong. But I do know that Elvis did have a habit sometimes of stockpiling. He would record songs and put them out. Like, there's been a few times where people have corrected me on the year of the songs because I've gone by when they were released on an album, but often, they may have been recorded at a different time, so I don't know for sure. But, this was at a point in Elvis's life where there was a lot of stuff in the rearview mirror. And this does seem like it's about somebody looking back on their life and kind of taking stock. And there are very few people in the world who have as much stock to take as mid-1970s Elvis Presley. This is a guy who I think sometimes people, maybe mistakenly to a certain extent see as a tragic figure, because he did die young. He did die in his early 40s, but, he lived several lives. He did it. There was a whole lot of living going on in Elvis's 42 years. And this song does feel like somebody looking back, and, there's even references to being out on the road and that kind of, the nomadic existence of the artist. And you hear that in the music. This does sound like a kind of song that you could imagine being played in a movie over a montage sequence of, a truck driver on a long haul, and the feeling of that and the feeling of the metaphor of the song really does feel applicable to Elvis's life. And I think that one of the things I'm getting is the complexity of the recording and the arrangements of these late 70s songs, many of which non-Elvis fans don't know. I mean, I refer to myself as an Elvis novice or an Elvis noob, but it's a little disingenuous. I know a lot of Elvis songs like a lot of people do. I'm a music fan, so even though I've never consciously until now sought out Elvis's back catalogue and watched these performances, they've always been there. I've always been aware of them. But a lot of these lesser known songs or album tracks, I guess, deep cuts, whatever you want to call them, from the perspective of somebody like me, an Elvis layperson, it's incredible the depth and the sophistication of these recordings. And in some ways, we think about that early period, we think about the Vegas years, we think about the movies, but I'm really getting a feeling that a lot of Elvis's great work was in the 70s, was the recordings that he made in the 70s, studio recordings as well, because he may not have written these songs, but he chose them and he arranged them, and they've got his fingerprints on them. He made them his, whether that be a Simon and Garfunkel song or a Frank Sinatra song or whatever it is. Or Bob Dylan, once Elvis has done that song, it's Elvis's song. And, it wasn't an accident how he picked these songs. So I think he was assigning biographical value to a lot of these things. And this was a great example. So yeah, really enjoyed that. Really beautiful, beautiful, meaningful, deep song that I can imagine listening to many, many more times in my life. So but it is the gift that keeps on giving. So yeah, quick reminder that I do appreciate feedback. Leave comments here. Likes and subscribes really, really, really help. Check out all the other stuff on this channel. And also donations to PayPal are very much appreciated if you can do so without causing yourself any financial hardship. But for now, I'm out of here and I'll be back soon with more music reactions and more Elvis Presley. So see you soon. Bye-bye.